Oh man, everybody. It's like 11:30 p.m. almost, and I just finished editing the DSM part out video from this week. I literally worked on it for over 6 hours straight, and that's like 6 actual hours of work because the distractions included would make it like over 7 hours. So this was a lot of work. It's a long video, but I think you're going to like the final product. So it needs to render and upload, and I'm going to make that Saturday's video. So this will be Friday's video, and then I'll do something else for Sunday. I am going to be gone tomorrow, and most of Sunday I'm going to hang out with my girlfriend, and then Sunday afternoon I'm actually going to help a subscriber diagnose his car. It's a Subaru that's been blowing blue smoke, so we're going to compression test it, and then I'm probably going to help him do a one-day engine swap, which does take away from my time, but it's something I wanted to do. I told him I'd try to do it, and I'm going to try to commit to that. So it's been a long day of editing, and I really hope you folks enjoy the final product. It was pretty painful. My program crashed in the middle and probably cost me an extra hour at least. It like screwed up the beginning of every clip, and I had to go through it like segment by segment. It was horrendous. Anyways, it took a lot of editing, a lot of audio leveling. I added a lot of music, but I think it's fun, and nobody can accuse me that this video, not this video, the one I just edited, is all talking and not work, because it's pretty much all work, even if it's dismantling a car. So for right now, I do have a quick story for you guys about my experience talking to an Amazon Associates woman today who was like really into cars and had some crazy stories. So I'm going to show you that, and I'll also give you a quick update on the $300 Subaru Impreza Outback Sport I bought from my mom, which allegedly had a bad head gasket, but I just took it to do the part out, and it's doing great. So like I said, this is just a quick update video, but I wanted to give you folks something for Friday night, and then Saturday tomorrow will be the biggest edit I've done in a while, and I've got some more exciting stuff coming on the Eclipse and the MR2, and then the parts are stacking up behind me for those projects. So really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy this. Alright, no idea what video this will end up in, but I just felt like vlogging about this real quick. I just called Amazon Associates because, as a lot of you may know, I do put Amazon Associates links in some of my videos so that you all can buy the products I recommend and I make a tiny bit of money. Please go check out my Rotella oil deal video, by the way, if you guys want a great deal on good oil, and it'll help out my channel as well. But anyway, I called Amazon Associates because I had accidentally ordered products on my own Associates account, meaning I would get revenue from ordering things, which they frown upon. So I was just letting them know that I did that and making sure that my account didn't get revoked. And I ended up talking to a lady named Amber, and it turns out she's from Vermont, born and raised here, used to live over on the western side of the state by Lake Champlain. And we ended up talking for, I don't even know, probably longer than she should have while she's at work. But it was a lot of fun. We're reminiscing about Vermont, and she was telling me all these car stories. She apparently drove a manual Subaru all the way down to Kentucky, where she's living now, and she was like the only Subaru owner down there. And of course, Subaru's getting a little more popular now, but still, almost everybody down there drives Toyotas. Nobody drives sticks, she told me, and so everybody's like, what kind of car is that? That's a cool car. I've never seen one of those. And it's just so funny because she and I, being from Vermont, all you see is Subarus. So it's just really funny, and we had, a whole bunch to talk about. And she was telling me she had a 1987 RX-7, and she was like raving about the rotary engine, and said she got a speeding ticket doing 114 after she blew by a Honda CRX after getting off the Plattsburgh ferry. And I was just like, that is so funny. So this chick was kind of a gearhead, was telling me all about, growing up in a junkyard and playing with her uncle's junkyard cars, and having this RX-7 with a cool paint job with like a wizard painted on the hood, and or whatever it was, some kind of awesome mural, and massive sound system with 215s and 212s, and I was just like, damn, that's cool. And she also told me that after getting that speeding ticket for 114 in the RX-7, that her mom sold it with all the cool stuff in it, the sound system and everything, and she was mad, and they replaced it with a Dodge Shadow, the non-turbo version, which either made like 96 or 100 horsepower. Pathetic car. She said she absolutely hated it, and yet she still managed to get more speeding tickets in it. And so I was joking with her. I was like, "You're the badass chick around town, huh?" And she was like, "Yeah, kinda." So pretty cool. Nice to talk to somebody who understands kind of the car culture and also Vermont, the 802. You know, she's saying she missed Vermont and the Subarus and people who actually know how to drive a stick. And I'm like, you got to get into the car culture down there. And she ended up looking at my YouTube channel because it's where I post associates links. And, you know, she said she might check out some of the videos and maybe leave a comment or whatever, get a little taste of home. I told her, warning, you'll be traumatized by the amount of rust you see, but it'll just be a little taste of home. So she's like, yeah, that's fine. It'll just remind me of being in the junkyard when I was a kid. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. Amber, if you ever see this by any chance, hope you don't mind me talking about the story. I'm sure some people up in the States still know you. It's a small place, but you know, I don't think any of this was super private information if you're willing to tell me. So thanks a lot for chatting. Thank you for helping me out with my associates account. Hope you can get another Subaru someday that is a manual if you still want it, and that at least has cruise control so you don't kill your knee on your drive back up to Vermont. I totally feel your pain. But yeah, I just thought that was hilarious, guys. Small world. Maybe gained a subscriber. Who knows? But a lot of fun. Catch you soon. Alright, I'm in the midst of editing, but before I head out and before it gets dark, I just want to check on this thing to see how the coolant's doing. I did drive it to Caleb's and back, which was at least probably 110 miles. Not a single hiccup. Drove beautifully and did not overheat. So that's all good, but I do think it's still been using some coolant. For example, there's not very much in the overflow. It's kind of way down there towards the bottom. Checking the radiator. The radiator's still pretty high. And that looks like basically both things are where they were when I got the car. Because yeah, the coolant's down, probably down just below the low line on the overflow. So yeah, no sign of using coolant for the 100 miles I drove it. I have put in maybe 1 quart to 2 quarts of coolant since we got the car and got it home. But that's about it. It went down from the full line to the empty line about twice. But it's gone at least 400 or 500 miles, maybe more, probably more like 600, I don't even know. So maybe this thing's okay, which would be awesome. It runs and drives beautifully, especially for a 98. It's much better than my car over there overall in terms of condition and how quiet it is when it runs, and was even getting probably 26 miles to the gallon, maybe a little bit better. So here's hoping, because it's for my mom and I want it to be nice to her, and I just want it to work, you know. So it does need a little bit of work. It's going to need a rear left bearing eventually. She wants me to check out the brakes because there's a lot of brake dust on that one wheel, but they felt fine to me. So I don't know. Either way, just thought I'd give y'all an update on the $300 Impreza Outback Sport, and let you know that the head gasket seems to be doing okay. I did order some Subaru coolant conditioner, which allegedly may have a minor head gasket fix in it, but for whatever reason, it's what Subaru recommends for their cars, and even though normally the EJ25 is what has the problem, hopefully it'll help the EJ22 last as well. But this engine, seriously, runs beautifully, sounds quiet, so hope it lasts for my mom. So I super appreciate you all. The response to the video where I just showed you all the parts that I got was actually extremely good, which was surprising to me because I thought it was a cop-out video. This one's just a little update as well because of the massive edit I just did. And there's still more to come. So I really thank you all for watching, as always, and I'll see you soon on 802 Garage. Later, everybody.